During my presentation outlining the Mine Safety Management System requirements, I briefly discussed the requirement for a Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan. In this session, I'll provide more details about the requirements of the Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan. A Principal Mining Hazard is defined in Regulation 612 as a principal mining hazard at a mine is any activity, process, procedure, plant, structure, substance, situation, or other circumstance relating to carrying out of mining operations at a mine that has a reasonable potential to result in multiple deaths in a single incident or a series of recurring incidents. Regulation 612 defines that a principal mining hazard may include an unwanted event relating to the carrying out of mining operations in relation to any of the following that has a reasonable potential to result in multiple deaths in a single incident or recurring incidents. In Schedule 19, the Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan's matters to be considered includes geotechnical structure instability for underground, open pit and tailings storage facilities, an inrush of any substance, mine shafts and winding systems, roads and other areas where mobile plant operate, fire or uncontrolled explosion. If the mine is an underground coal mine, then a gas outburst or spontaneous combustion event. Under Regulation 627, the identification of principal mining hazards and the conduct of risk assessments, the mine operator has an obligation to identify all principal mining hazards associated with the operation of the mine. To do this, the mine operator must consider exposure to and contact with toxic chemicals, materials and carcinogens such as arsenic, sodium cyanide, lead, nickel, cobalt, hydrogen sulfide or acid. And physical hazards such as flammable materials, heat, pressure piping, rotating equipment and potential for entrapment, mobile equipment and vehicle operation. The Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan is a document that sets out how a mine operator will manage the risks to workers' health and safety associated with the principal mining hazard that has been identified at the mine. It's not a standalone document, and to be effective, it must be integrated into all mine management systems of work and documentation. It outlines how the mine operator will manage the risks to workers' health and safety associated with the principal mining hazard that has been identified. It demonstrates that the mine operator has identified and understands the risks associated with the work employees are performing every day and outlines the mine operator's obligations and commitment to the development and implementation of the controls necessary to effectively manage the risks to the health and safety of the workers at the mine. The preparation of a Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan will not in itself reduce the risk. To be effective, it must be developed in consultation with the site's leaders, employees, safety and health representatives and contractors. It must be communicated and explained to and by the site's leaders, employees and contractors performing work on the site. It must be part of the preparation and execution of everyday work that the site's leaders, employees and contractors undertake. It must be business as usual and integrated with other systems of work and documentation. It must be reviewed to ensure it remains relevant to the activities being undertaken. And it must be updated when changes are made to the way you do your work. When preparing a Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan, the mine operator should consider the nature and complexity of the mining operation, the intended audience for the plan, the process for identification of hazards and the development of controls, the available engineering, operational and organisational controls, the information relevant to the hazards and controls, any existing plans, procedures and generic industry documentation, injury, incident and exposure monitoring data, and the process for employee consultation and communication. The Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan must include the nature of the hazard, the evaluation of the hazard individually and also cumulatively with other hazards at the mine, the analysis methods used in identifying and assessing the hazard. That's how you made the decision. A record of the risk assessment conducted. The investigation and analysis methods used in determining the control measures to be implemented. Again, how you made the decision. All control measures to be implemented to manage risks to health and safety associated with the task. The arrangements in place for providing the information, training, instruction and supervision. Any design principles, engineering standards and technical standards relied on for control measures for the principal mining hazard. Why you chose that control measure. The reasons for adopting and rejecting control measures considered. Why you made the decision. And the process for implementation, review and update of the plan. A plan must be prepared for each principal mining hazard identified in accordance with this regulation, and any principal mining hazard listed in Schedule 19 that may be relevant to the mine. The plan must provide the management of all aspects of risk control in relation to the principal mining hazard and be set out and expressed in a way that is readily understandable by the persons who use it. Finally, some keys to successful implementation of a principal mining hazard management plan. When developing it, you must have meaningful consultation with and the involvement of employees and subject matter experts. It must include a comprehensive assessment of the risks and development and implementation of controls and performance standards commensurate with the nature and scale of your operation. There must be effective communication with employees on the controls and performance standards and on the reasons for their introduction. The Principal Mining Hazard Management Plan must be integrated into the mine management systems of work. It is not a standalone document. There must be ongoing monitoring of compliance with the controls to ensure their implementation and effectiveness. This monitoring is more than reviewing incident or hazard or non-compliance reports. The key requirements of the mine safety management systems and principal mining hazard management plans are outlined in the regulations Part 10.2, Managing Risks.